Hello, thank you for clicking on this link. I'm Dan Pfister, and this is Healthcare Stories, Understanding Your Customer. In 2020, I was doing some process improvement work at the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio. When the coronavirus hit, I was able to participate on the supply chain's emergency response team. It was important to understand how the virus was impacting clinical practice in relation to supplies and equipment. And one afternoon, I accompanied a team to the COVID ICU to observe. I was able to see the PPE protocols, donning and doffing, the challenges with delivering care while maintaining distance, IV pumps and monitors outside the room, extended tubings and wires. It was remarkable, and I shared these understandings with the team when I went back. When Lean Six Sigma moved from manufacturing into healthcare, the concept of walking the Gemba was embraced across the industry. The importance of observing workflows and identifying gaps, waste, and opportunities. This is common knowledge now, and so much material is available on these disciplines. But there was one other observation I want to highlight that I think is equally important to continuous improvement. Walking through the unit, I caught fragments of conversations between the clinical staff at their workstations. Human conversations about their kids, relationships, plans for after work. And it struck me that every day of the week, these ICU beds are full of critically ill patients. That, in one sense, this was just another day. Yes, certainly a global pandemic, a once-in-a-100-year event, is unique, devastating. But for the frontline staff, a day full of clinical challenges, supply issues, problem-solving, and innovating is normal. A crisis focuses everyone to very clear objectives, but it's equally important to understand every day what is happening at the point of care. I emphasize this because supporting departments in a hospital can become isolated from the daily activities that are always at some level of crisis. Everyone knows that they work in a health system, but the farther away you get from patient contact, the easier it is to forget how your actions impact that patient. Walking the Gemba, identifying waste, and fixing a problem is more than determining practical tasks. Making sure teams understand the meaning of their work, the purpose, is critical to promoting continuous improvement. It's important that health systems capture the stories that occur every day, the events that define a hospital. CEOs are usually very practiced in this and will include relevant stories in their town halls or weekly employee connections. And this discipline needs to be brought down into the business units to remind supporting departments that they are integral to the process of taking care of patients. I would also recommend, as part of annual performance reviews, that exposure to frontline events be encouraged. A little bit goes a long way, and a couple hours transporting patients to ICU or radiology, working the information desk, delivering supplies to a nursing unit, or putting a plate of food on a patient's side table makes the mission of the hospital personal. We all get caught in our slice of the action. Did the truck show up on time? Someone called in sick. This contract is expiring in 3 weeks. Meetings, conference calls, emails. It's important to remind the workers that any moment of the day, every day of the week, someone's mother, father, child, some family is in crisis, and the work this team does is in some way connected to that event.